Okay, during this video I'm going to give you a demonstration on how you can share your information that's in Xero for your property business with your accountant. There's a couple of ways to do this, so watch in for the demonstration. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick screen share and show you how you can share your Xero account with your accountant. So this is basically going to enable them to go into your Xero account, extract the information they need so they can produce your accounts. Okay, so the first thing you need to do then is click on this banner in the top left here and click onto settings. Once you're in settings, then you're going to click down to users. It's going to show you then which users you currently have linked to the account, and it's going to give you an option then to add new users. You can see there, so you're just going to click in the top right, invite a user. All you need to do then is put their details in, the first name, last name, email address. You have to basically select which permissions you want to give them. For the purposes of this, you'd be best giving them, I would just suggest all three of these, and then you're going to click add a message. You want to give a custom message, and then click send invite. What will happen then is your accountant will get an email which will give them an option to then log into Xero, and they can then access your account to get the information they need from it. Okay, there's also another option if they don't have access to Xero for whatever reason, or they don't use it. Another way you can do it is you can basically send them something called a trial balance. So basically something that accountants work off. It basically gives a summary of everything an accountant needs to know to produce a set of accounts. So in order to do that, then you're going to click on accounting and then reports. You're then going to search in the top right then for trial balance. Okay, once you have your trial balance report open, it gives you the option then to change the date. So whatever your reporting date is needs to be in the top left. And then what you can do then is you can export that account, that report as either a PDF, probably best though, more useful for your accountant if it's via Excel or Google Sheets. What that'll do is that'll export, give you an option then to send it via an email or a link to your accountant so they can get the information they need. I think just one point to mention that is it really is going to work best if your accountant is using Xero. That's going to mean then they can go into Xero and get the information they need to put into their accounting software. But it's also going to mean that they can potentially make any of their sort of journals that they make at the end of the reporting year. So things, a journal basically is an adjustment that an accountant will make manually. They can then do it in Xero, and it means that your Xero is going to mirror what's in your accounts. The issue is if your accountant isn't going to have access to your Xero, then that means you're going to have to do that. And so you're going to have to get that information from your accountant and then put it into Xero. That's not ideal. So clearly you want to minimize, to make things as efficient as possible. So the best way to do it is the first way I showed you, which is to give your accountant direct access to your Xero account by adding them as a user. I think just one thing to mention as well is that I've spoken to some people where they have a Xero account, which is great, and they have all their finances for their property company in Xero, but their accountant doesn't use Xero, and they're still sending at the end of their financial reporting period their accountant a copy of their comma separated values bank account for them to basically set up their accounts separately to Xero. This is suboptimal because it means that you're basically wasting the energy of going to Xero, updating it, only to then send separate information to your accountant via your bank statement. So you really want to be finding yourself an accountant who is using Xero or whatever bookkeeping software you use, just to make your life easy and to make things as efficient as possible. Anyway, I hope this guide was useful. If so, please remember to like and subscribe for further content.